We're Christians, but we live life by the red letters. We believe that Black Lives Matter. We are pro-choice, and we are unapologetically 100% allies, supporters to the LGBTQIA plus community, and that will never change.
Yeah.
We're like radical progressive.
Yeah.
Hear me out, you little...
Just hear me out. Hear me out.
Just hear me out. Hear me out.
1, 2, 3.
Action.
1, 2, 3.
Action. Okay.
Action Jackson. Jackson. Action Jackson. All right. Episode 6.
Wow.
Welcome to.
We almost didn't make it.
We were fighting it today.
Yeah. Actually, you know what, though? It's not my fault.
Whose fault is it?
Vyvanse.
We're blaming Vyvanse.
We're blaming Vyvanse.
Okay, so before we get into the comments or anything like that, you want to let people know why we're late.
Well, because of my ADHD. There's literally no other explanation. Like, so if there's anybody else who, like, takes Vyvanse, you know that there's, like, an afternoon crash. And
It's like crack. Not that I've ever tried crack. But that's what I imagine crack would be like.
That's not what crack is like at all, actually. Anyway, so there's like a 3 o'clock crash. That's basically what we call it.
We've discussed it on here before.
Yeah, so without Voomies, which pre-sale going on tomorrow. Anyway, I've been having to take Vyvanse, and it gets me through the day, but by 3 o'clock, I'm like...
Tankered.
Yeah, my social battery is gone, my mental battery is gone, everything, and I just want to go to bed, which is where I'm at right now. But I also did not take my meds at all today.
You didn't take any Vyvanse?
No, sir.
Nothing. Okay.
So this is going to be fun. And I went to the gym. So I burned through whatever serotonin I had at the gym with Lacey.
Okay. So you're not...
Wait, also speaking of the gym with Lacey.
Holy fuck.
If there's any hot single guys... Lacey,
hey, this is international.
We
got listeners in Berlin.
Lacey needs to step out of her friend circle and is looking for a hot single guy friend of Dave's.
Friend of mine?
Well, she wants to still be in the circle. Like, she wants it to be... Anyway.
Okay.
So, I told her I was going to hook her up with Buddy.
Which Buddy?
Tattoos.
Of that Buddy.
That Buddy.
He looks like he's 60 years old.
Everybody needs a daddy.
Everybody needs a daddy.
Yeah.
All right.
I think she wants to... Where she wants to go?
Do you
want to go in your bed?
Here you go, Riley.
There you go, baby. Those of you just tuning in, this is Rai.
She just got introduced to social media yesterday.
Girl.
A lot of my friends didn't know that we had a dog, which tells me they don't watch the fucking podcast.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. Okay. Anyway. So, yeah. I burned all my serotonin at the gym. I'm very tired. I just don't have a lot in me, but I got some funny stories. So,
okay,
well, let's do it.
How do you want to start?
Let's do, like we always do, let's get to the comments.
Okay, so hear me out. Welcome to episode 6. I got some comments loaded up here. Let me grab them.
Also, this episode is called the Dory Phase. I'm very excited about it.
I forgot about that. Right. Okay, so let's see here. So episode 6, we got a few different things. Okay, let's start with these comments, I guess. First one comes from Stephen Y, who says, always love that about you, brother. That was on the dating with a big personality video, so I guess he loves that I had a big personality. Well, thanks, Steve. I appreciate it. I'm glad somebody likes it.
I do.
Well, I know you do, because you said, oh, that's so sad.
So it was really sad. It broke my heart. A little bit. Whatever I had.
I'm not going to show that comment because we actually elaborated it. This one's from
I hate you, Derek. I hate you so much.
Is she talking as you were going on about your obsession with cleaning? Derek says she once kicked an entire party in the garage, except for me, so she could clean the house one night. Ended up forgetting they were all in there. They asked for permission to come back inside. Now, was this your house?
No. It was Derek and John's house in Avisan. Oh, Lord. Okay. Can I tell this story? Derek made...
I wish you would.
Okay. I can't even... There's no way to even make it sound better. That's literally the... Okay. So, I showed up in the middle of this bender.
As you usually do.
So it was... I must have been like... Because if I remember correctly, Brewbaker's, like, their big nights was like Wednesday, Thursday.
So you only ever hit the sweet spots of the benders. You didn't like going at the start or when it gets too sketchy.
So I always started my benders on my own. Like, it would just be with my few friends, and we'd go to Envy. And then I would go to an after party. And as soon as that after party started to get sketchy, I would leave. My group of friends would go back to my apartment. And then we would, like, party at my apartment. And then when they started to get sketchy, I would hop onto a day 2 party that was over their sketchy phase.
Yeah, and now they're back in there.
Now they're back in there. So a lot of the times, John and Derek would, like, be on day 2 or 3, and it'd be like 10 o'clock at night, and they'd be like, we're headed to Brewbaker's. You coming? Anyway, so this night in particular, I was at the beginning. Like, I just started drinking that day.
Yeah.
So I was, like, full bore, ready to go. And I walked in to their house, and my feet were sticking to the kitchen floor. And I was like, this is not okay, guys. Like, what is wrong with you? There's like 50 fucking people in this house. So I was like, hey guys, really cool idea. Can everybody just go to the garage for like 20 minutes? I just want to the floors and stuff. And everybody was like, no. And I was like, oh no, you're going or you're leaving. That's it. And Derek was like, I'm not fucking going in the garage. And I was like, fucking yes, you are. Derek was like, this is my fucking house. And I'm like, but those are your guests. Like, somebody, and John was like, I'll go. Yeah. Fucking Kool-Aid was like, that's that. Yeah, you just gotta be quick. Anyway, I think it was like 4 hours past. Derek and I are sitting at the table, like, having a time, drinking, doing shots, busting out tunes. And all we hear is like this, like, creep up the stairs. And somebody's like, do you think maybe it'd be okay if we, like, came out now? And I was like, oh, sorry guys, we forgot you were in there. So yeah, that was that.
Amazing.
That was, yeah.
It doesn't even surprise me a little bit.
No, that's not.
What else we got
I also
here?
kicked Derek out of his own house once. Did he ever tell you that story?
He did.
He was being an asshole.
He did tell me that story.
And I kicked him out of his own house, and he left and went outside and was like, what the fuck am I doing? This is my own house. And turned around and came back, and he was like, you can't kick me out. And that's actually how we became so close, was me kicking him out of the house. Oh, okay.
So
the towel saga.
The towel saga continues. So we got a ringer. We got an expert.
Okay.
This is Kayla. She's a interior designer, fabrics expert. Yeah. Works with this shit all the time.
Has her own business. She's amazing. If anybody needs a house designed,
she knows what the fuck is up, and she knows exactly the answer to this ongoing fucking question. And now we're going to find out.
So I'm here to give my 2 cents on the bifold, trifold towel argument. A lot of people think that it is a bifold because obviously here's the towel. You fold it 1, 2 by 2. Therefore, this is a bifold. However, if you count the towel folds here, you have 3 for the trifold.
She's not done.
However, the reason why it's called a trifold is perhaps because of where the folds happen and not the amount of folds. So, if you were to split this towel in the middle, there are 2 panes, therefore turning it into a bifold. However, when you are folding in a trifold, we are folding it at the 1/3 mark of the towel. So there will be 3 points of the towel, which is what's turning it into a tri.
That was right.
Yes.
Fold it at 1/3.
Oh, she's not done yet. I know. Do you know why I know? Because I'm not an idiot.
So, you're both kind of right. I don't know if this helped or hindered the situation, but that is my 2 cents on the
It is a
towel
trifold.
trifold saga.
Amazing.
And she's an interior designer, so nice try.
you,
Nobody can
Flail.
argue with that. Thanks, baby. Love ya.
So because it's folded at the thirds, that's what makes it a trifold, which I guess makes sense. I don't know what this last one is. I don't know what that was about.
Oh, it's about, that's probably your grievance for this week.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to come back to that.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Did you, the comment from Spencer?
no, because he sent that, I didn't have that one.
I sent it to you.
You didn't send it to me.
Where you have ADHD sometimes.
Probably. Is it contagious?
ADHD? I don't even know where it is. I think I
Oh my
deleted
God.
it. Oh yeah, no, I got it. Airdrop. Dave's iMac.
That's over there.
Your laptop's not coming up.
It should be.
Well, it's fucking not.
And our last comment, which isn't actually a comment as much as it is a
There's a DM.
DM from your friend Spencer.
Will you read it?
Spencer LeQuant, he says, "Hey, I just wanted to write you and say what you and your husband are doing with the podcast, and that is amazing. I love it, and it's so awesome to see the work the both of you are doing. It's awesome to see how far you came and the determination and obstacles you have overcome. I hope you guys become super famous, that you get a huge gathering to listen to your podcasts. I hope all is well and you look super happy. I mean this with the most respect, and tell your husband he's an awesome person from what I've seen so far." Oh, thanks, Spencer. You seem like a fucking awesome dude, too. In order to get famous, though, we got to do this every week.
We are.
And not be late.
You know what? I have ADHD.
You know what? You're doing really good, actually.
Yeah,
You're doing
I was
fantastic.
gonna say, like, why are you attacking my character right
not
now?
at all, because you're fucking killing. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
So that's our comments for this week.
Yeah.
You were right about the towels.
I'm always right up when it comes to cleaning and OCD.
Fabrics
so.
and yeah. Okay. So you had which topic do you want to get into first? We discovered a new stage in your ADHD cycle, and you had some stories you wanted to share
Well, that are in that stage, I guess.
in that stage. Okay, so you want to jump right into the stage? You've discovered the next stage.
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, so to follow up or to recap, we've discovered over the last couple weeks, as we're working through we've discovered you have what we've called the ADHD cycle.
Yes.
And we only discovered that 2 episodes ago when you hit the wall,
Yes.
which was the last stage of your cycle.
From what we know of so far,
And then after the wall, you hit stage 1,
which was overstimulation.
overstimulation. Then we discovered you have a plateau in there somewhere. There's the fuck around, find out stage.
No, it's just the find out stage.
Just the find out stage, because everybody's already done fucked around.
Yeah. Everybody, I'm just in constant, you're going to find out stage mode.
So, but we've discovered last night,
Yeah.
or the night before?
The night before.
The night before, that after stage 1, we've discovered stage 2 is
The Dory stage.
your Dory stage. Do you want to explain what your Dory stage is?
Okay. So anybody who has ADHD and is, dealing with this superpower that we have, knows that you're already like forgetful. It happens. But I have come to realize that I have a very long stage of continuous forgetfulness.
Yeah.
And not like minuscule things like I leave the house to go get in the Jeep and don't have my keys. Like I pulled out of the driveway and left Riley at the bottom of the stairs.
I didn't take her with you. Right, the kind of forgetful stuff that you could call the cops on.
Well, that made me question my fucking stability, that's for sure.
You told me a few events that happened just this week that made you discover this compounded phase.
Well, the first one was fucking great, where I got off work and I was like, you know what? I'd really like a Red Bull. Oh, look, I also need cigarettes. So I'm going to run into Circle K. grab myself a couple Red Bull and some cigarettes. So I go in, hop in the Jeep, get home, put the Red Bull in the fridge, and I'm like, okay. And I start doing my things where I'm like, fuck. I'm cleaning the house and stuff. And I go, man, I think I'd like one of those Red Bull now. And then as I open the fridge, I go, I feel like there should be cigarettes with these. I looked everywhere and retraced my steps, only to realize that I just left them at the store. See ya.
How did you discover that that's where you left them?
I retraced my steps. I literally went outside into the Jeep, walked down the alleyway in case, like, you know what I mean? And then I was like, well, the only other thing is that maybe I put them on like the hood of the Jeep and I pulled out of the parking lot and they just went flying. And I was like, well, fuck, I'm never getting those now. Either way, I need cigarettes, so I got to go back to the store. Looked in the parking lot and I walked in and I was like, did I forget mine? He was like, these? And I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay. So you were waiting for me to come back. That's great.
I assume that's typically how it's going to go. You know, if she bought these, she's definitely going to figure it out and come back for them.
Yeah, they definitely put them aside for me and were like, yeah.
That's so funny.
What was the other one? See, I can't really remember.
You hired somebody to do...
Oh, Savannah. Oh, poor Savannah.
You hired this lady to do a print for your Jeep windows.
Okay, I'm going to... I think the only way to accentuate this, like for people to fully understand, is if I read the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. So Savannah has a decal printing company where she does ghost decals for vehicles. So I was like, this would be really sick because we all know my love for leopard print. So I was like, this would be really cool. I'm going to get leopard print ghost tint for the back windows of the Jeep. So then while she was here, I was like, you know, it would be really cool. Would be, oh, good Lord. If we did your Radio Dave logos on your two back windows on your sides.
Because we have two different Jeeps.
We have two different vehicles. We have the Gladiator and the Wrangler. Your Druck. I hate driving it. Anyway, okay. So, what is the date today?
The 6th.
Okay.
Of August. Which is when this was supposed to come out.
June 15th.
Holy fuck.
I said to her, hey girl, to print Dave's logo for his windows, do you need PDF? She said, depending on the logo. So I sent it to her and she goes, oh yeah, I can do that, no sweat. I said, okay, I need two. And she said, how big? And I'm like, Dave, that was at 2:35.
Yeah.
At 5:26, said Dave is at a wedding for the night, so I'll do measurements tomorrow and send to you. Perfect. June 21st.
That's how many days later?
6 days later.
Okay. So almost a week.
She goes, hey, lovely, did you get those measurements by chance? June 22nd, I'm like, you know what? I completely forgot. I'm in Edmonton till tomorrow. I'll grab them for you then. Sorry.
To be fair, you asked me to get the measurement.
I didn't. You didn't.
I was busy with works and gigs and it slipped my mind. So I'll give you that one. That one's on me.
It was 6 days later.
Yeah.
Still, whatever. I'm a spaz and need to be reminded daily. No worries. June 25th. 4 days later, she goes, hey girl, I'm like, 16 by 16. I'm so sorry. So that's fine. So June 27th, she messages me and goes, Kate, finally getting around to your logo, just give me $50. And of course, she's like, I'm going to add into your leopard print because there's just some empty spots. And I was like, sweet. Is that for the two windows? She said, yes, ma'am. June 28th, I messaged her back the next day. Perfect. Let me know when you want to go ahead. June 30th. I can do those for you today if you want. I said, just waiting for hubby to get paid, then I'll get you over probably next weekend. No sweat, girl. It was June 30th.
Yep.
July 25th. Almost a month later.
Yep.
Hey, girl. I'm like, hey. And she goes, how are you? I can't even fucking function right now. Dave is finally off this weekend if you're around to come by. And she said, yes. 3 days later, hey girl. I'm like, hi, my love. Dave will be home today at 7 if you want to come by. That's the schedule all week. If not, then you can come Saturday if that works better for you. She's like, I can be there for 7. And she was like, you know what? Can we just do Saturday? And I said, yep, let's do Saturday to be safe. Dave has a couple bookings this week, so he'll be home on Saturday. Okay, no rush. That was July 29th. Yesterday, Sunday, she messages me and goes, hey. And guys, I do not lie when I say in between these messages, I've completely forgotten that I've made this arrangement with this poor girl.
Yeah.
Just wondering if you wanted me to pop over and do those decals. I know we said Saturday. I'm like, okay, so one thing about me is I have severe ADHD and I have the memory of Dory. I am so sorry. She's like, it's totally fine. I didn't message either. So the conversation ended with me. I'm like, okay, Dave's working all week until 7. Then when he gets home. Honestly, at this point, just show up. Text me on my phone number. And I'll send you the money.
Yeah, just get here.
Just show up and do it. If the truck is in the driveway, just do it. Because I can't anymore. It's so ridiculous. Like,
just go and do it because I'm not dependable at all.
I'm not dependable at all. I cannot.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah. What else was, I don't know. There's so many. Oh.
Shoppers.
Oh.
That's the best one. That's my favorite one out of all of these.
Oh, this one's really bad. This one's great, but it's very interesting. Okay, so obviously that we've talked about was like stop taking vitamins because I have Vumis. Vumis ran out of stock. I've been waiting for them to restock. So in order to do that, for me to function when I'm at work, I do need Vyvanse because Lacey just cannot. Like she's just.
You need something.
Yeah, I need something to keep me level. And so anyway, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I was like, request a refill for my Vyvanse. For 2 weeks straight, I was like, I need to go pick up my Vyvanse today. Never went and got it. Anyway, finally, we were all going to the gym.
Which you go to every day.
Which I go to every day. And Shoppers, my pharmacy's in the exact same parking lot. Literally
So
100
like
feet.
it's far.
It's not far. It's not like, guys, like this, it's literally a 2-minute drive from my house. Like I literally, and I go, I'm going to go to the gym. And as soon as I leave the gym, I'm going to go to Shoppers and pick up my meds. And then what do I not do? I don't go to Shoppers. So anyway, this one day I finally go, you know what? Lacey's running a little bit behind. Perfect time. I remembered. Yeah. I'm going to go in and pick up my Vyvanse. No, it wasn't. It was my heartburn medication. So I was like, oh, I need to pick up my heartburn medication because I just got the notification that it was ready, completely forgetting about the Vyvanse. So I go in and I'm waiting in the line to pick up my meds and Mrs. goes, you have 2 meds. And I was like, oh, yep, Vyvanse. And she goes, are you aware, ma'am, that this has been sitting here for 2 weeks? And I said, do you know what Vyvanse is for? And she said, what? I said, do you know what Vyvanse treats? I said, it treats ADHD. And what is one of the biggest side effects that we suffer from with ADHD? Forgetfulness. So I need Vyvanse to remember to pick up my Vyvanse. And then she just laughed at me. And it was like, yeah, it was a thing.
As you would.
Yay. So yeah, anyway. So we're going to... So within my whole ADHD cycle, there's always like bits and pieces of Dory. Like she's always there.
Yeah, she's always exists.
Like I'm always... And then I also have like this thing where I put shit in places. Like unmedicated me gets annoyed by stuff. I put stuff away and then I can't find it. And then I blame the kids for stealing it.
Yeah.
So with this, I've learned my lesson. So there's vape juice and CBD gummies that went missing.
Yeah.
The vape juice, I know 110% was not me. I don't care what anybody says.
Right.
I was on FaceTime with Tamara when I emptied out underneath the bathroom cupboard. It was not there. And then it just randomly appeared. So anyway. CBD gummies, Leia convinced me that I gave them away.
Yeah.
And then I threw the other bag in the garbage. And I was like, no, I'm 110% sure that I didn't because I keep them in the house for Leia for when she has anxiety attacks because they really help her. Leia was going through a really bad bout of anxiety the last time Kaya was in the hospital. So John dropped off more gummies. And Joey was climbing around the top of the closet, knocked down one of my purses, and what falls out? CBD gummies. Anyway. So, the black legging saga. I have been... Please don't. Just listen to me when I tell you this story, because I know you're going to do your fold over and you're going to. I have been washing
What's a fold over?
this thing. So I have 2 pairs of black Zaya leggings that I love. They're my pocketed. They're my light and tights. They're like squat proof. They don't fall down. I've been missing a pair.
Uh-huh.
Guys, I'm not missing any of them. I just keep washing them opposite of each other, thinking it's just one. So anyway.
They're the same fucking pair.
I thought it was the same pair.
Oh my god. Fuck, how do you live? Oh. Okay.
So that's kind of like not really, that's just like a, I don't even know what to call that. Like that's just chaos.
That's just a taste of stage 2. The Dory stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just all over the place.
Yeah. There's probably more, but we can't remember.
There's definitely more. I just don't remember what I've done.
So much. That's a pretty good week.
That's just this week.
Yeah.
Like, and I know this stage like lasts, I feel like this one lasts longer because like I'm like
Readjusting.
yeah, so I'm like kind of
Yep.
I'm not overstimulated. I'm like having a good time, but I'm also not going to be medicated this week, so we'll see.
See how long it lasts?
Yeah.
Because you're not medicated.
Yeah. Fuck meds.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, anyway. So here's a really funny story for you. I almost got, I'm going to completely change the subject today, right now.
Wherever you want to go.
We're going to go. So I almost got like banned from Facebook today.
How do you get banned from Facebook?
Well, because I got into an argument with
Mark Zuckerberg?
a Trump supporter. And I said something very inappropriate.
Like what?
Well, they were going off about how like Kamala Harris is going to like, is like pro-choice and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, pro-Roe, man. 100%. And this guy was like, so you are in support of murdering babies? I'm like, I'm in support of the murdering of you. You idiot. And then I got a no.
Yeah. The Zuck doesn't like when you threaten to murder people.
Yeah. So all of the comments were deleted and I got blocked from the page that these comments were on. So I can't even show them to anybody because they were really funny. It was like an hour-long argument with this guy. Because he was like, if a fetus is a baby, and I'm like, no, can you hold it and cradle it? Because it's not.
Actually, this is going to make a lot of people upset, but every reference to giving life in the Bible is with breath. Like a person isn't a person in the Jewish tradition until they breathe their first breath.
Yeah.
So even Old Testament, you're not a human until you breathe.
Yeah.
Up until that point, you're property.
Yeah.
You can be financially compensated if, like, you attacked a pregnant woman and the baby was lost, but it's not murder until the baby's born. Obviously, we're not that.
I don't know why we're getting deep into this. It was just a really funny conversation.
Oh, because it's not, you can't say murdering a fetus because it's not murder.
It's not.
Okay.
No.
If you're coming at it from a religious standpoint.
Yeah. Which is what they're all trying to do and like quote the Bible and stuff. That's a reminder to take my meds.
Do you need a minute?
No.
Do you want to go grab them?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's okay. I can take them before bed.
Right.
It's just so I don't forget.
Uh-huh.
Because I forget everything.
You will.
I will.
Do you want to hit snooze?
No, because it goes off every 9 minutes then.
Okay.
And that's going to be really annoying. So anyway. Okay. So I guess we did promise story time.
Did we?
In our video last night.
Okay.
Because Tori, our little...
Tori knows the story.
I know, but she's a pot stirrer. So she wants...
to stir that pot.
I guess so.
Okay.
I don't know, of how we got here. The history.
History of you and me.
Yes.
Okay. How far back are we going?
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
Touched on it.
Have we?
I think so.
Did we talk about it?
I don't know. I don't know where we... We might have been like bits and pieces here or there throughout the first 5 episodes, but
I don't know why I'm relying on my recollection. I don't even listen to these things. Okay, so you and I have known each other since I've been in Fort McMurray for 12 years. It was 12 years, almost 13.
yeah.
So 2011?
Yeah, I think it was like the year after I started DJing.
Which was when?
At Club Envy.
Which
I think that was 2010?
Yeah, so it would have been 2011. January 2011, I moved up here. And I moved up here the end of January, and the first big night out that I had in Fort Mac was Valentine's Day for
The Shred Your Ex
party at Club Envy.
I do remember that, yeah.
And that was not when you first see me in my pink leopard print onesie. That was just like a regular night out.
Yeah.
And the whole premise of this night was if you brought a picture of your ex to put in the shredder,
You got him for free.
you got him for free.
Yeah.
Dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Because it was like this little tiny paper shredder. Like it should have been something dramatic where it was like, you know what I mean? But it was just like...
You could make a show of it.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I have a twisted lash. Anyway. So that's the first night we met. And then as my partying kind of... Progressed in Fort McMurray, I started becoming more regular.
Oh, you were definitely irregular. You were a irregular.
Regular.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your recollection, the first night that you really noticed me was when I walked in and I had my pink leopard print onesie on and I was wearing the pink YOLO sunglasses.
Yeah.
And I threw $400 at you guys.
Was that the first? I feel like...
No, that was definitely a different night. I don't know. They all kind of roll into one. I don't remember which night that was.
That was a fun night.
Yeah, the pink leopard print onesie. And I was like... Anyway, so I had this thing back then that I thought it was stupid that girls don't get patted down at the bar. Because, like, I had some shit hid in my dress.
Everybody knows you want to bring something in.
Yeah, I had some shit hid in my boobs.
Yeah.
Lots of things. And so I was Demaine? Demaine.
It might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Has like his own clothing line now? Yeah, Demaine. So Demaine is at the door and I'm like...
Give him a little shit. Put his Instagram there.
Yeah.
He makes his own clothes now. It's fucking sick.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Was standing at the door and I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. He's like, what? I'm like, pat me down. He's like, I'm not allowed. And I'm like, don't you want to know what I have hidden in my boots? He's like, I'm hoping you don't have anything hidden in your boots. And I was like, what if I have a weapon? And he was like, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm hoping that you don't have a weapon. I'm like, but what if I do?
Yeah.
He's like, well, you have to open your purse. I'm like, do you think I keep anything in this fucking purse? And I threw it. I remember like flinging it across the bar. And he was like...
You're such a fucking cartoon.
I know. And he was like, what is happening? And I was like, that guy. That's up there? Tell him to come down. He's a DJ. He can pat me down. He's not security.
Yeah.
He was like, excuse me? I'm like, I'm not fucking moving. Anyway, and being this menace, it was like a joke.
You were a fucking menace.
Yeah, it was a joke. And I know all of you guys are going to be like, oh, this fucking sounds so fucking controlling and annoying. Like, yeah, I was. I was an annoying bitch. Get over it. I still am.
We thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, they all thought it was fun because what did they get after? A really good tip. I tipped them really well.
You took care of everybody.
I took care of everybody and I was like, thanks guys. Here's fucking $50. Thanks for being a good sport.
And the way you did it was it was a fun way.
Yeah.
You weren't being a Karen, you were being a
menace.
Yeah, just a menace.
Anyway, I always had drinks for them at the end of the night. Like I took care of them really well. Anyway, so that was the start of our friendship. I would every Friday night when I would come into Club Envy,
I'd be in the middle of fucking DJing.
In the middle of a set, and I would not move until you would come down and pat me down.
One of the bouncers would have to come up, flag me down, tap me on the shoulder. What? Caitlin's at the front and she said she's not coming in until you go pat her down. I was like, fuck. All right. Tell her I'll be there in 3 minutes.
Cue sandstorm.
Yeah. Dead mouse, I remember.
Yeah. So that was like, and this was all while at the time your girlfriend was sitting in co-check.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So there's that. Then one night, I don't know, because I always had this, like, I never would give you my number. And I don't know how you ended up getting my number.
Did I actually? Or was it just Facebook?
No, because you used to text me every Monday morning at 8:30 in the morning for 6 months straight, hot tub party. And I'd be like, I can't. What would I say?
I have a big girl job.
I have a big girl job. And what was your response?
Grow up.
Fuck your big girl job. Grow up.
I didn't even have a hot tub. I don't know whose hot tub. Oh, it was probably Daryl's hot tub.
Daryl's or pierogies.
Or Breen's.
Or Breen's.
Yeah. There was a few.
There was like 9 or there's a bunch. And you somehow every Monday morning were in a fucking hot tub. I don't even know how you had time to get married and to find a wife. You were too busy in hot tubs.
Yeah.
So anyway, then the inevitable demise of Envy had happened.
Yeah. Collapsed in on itself.
Yeah. And then you ended up in a relationship.
Not with that girl.
Not with
the girl after that.
Yeah. With somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
That lasted 7 years. And within that 7 years, I did a trek to Yellowknife. I built an empire, we'll call it.
So our years at Envy, sporadic interactions, and then we kind of went.
It was like 2 years that we were like, we would see each other or we'd run into each other at sociables or at the Black Horse. And it was always very like, hey, how's it going? Like big hugs and fun. Yeah. And we'd do a couple shots together and we'd move on. Yeah. That kind of thing. But nothing ever happened.
No.
Ever. And then you and Jacob and Derek he'll chime in on this one. We're playing at Banquet.
Yep. I remember the night.
And
that was when we first got back here, because I was at Edmonton for a while.
Yes.
And it was one of my first gigs back in Fort McMurray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Derek and I were at Banquet. Or we walk into Banquet, and you and Jacob, we're talking 8 years later.
Yeah.
Are at Banquet, and are like 6, would have been 6 years later. And I'm like, we need to go up there. And Derek was like, Caitlin, he's married. And I was like, why is that your first answer to everything?
Yeah.
And I don't think Jacob's married. And he was like, Jacob's not the one that you want to go up there and say hi to. He's like, you don't even like Jacob. Because at the time, Jacob was mean to me. Or he was at Club Envy. Jacob was a very mean person.
He would never play a request.
He was mean. He would just look at me like I had 17 heads and then put his headphones back on and ignore me. And now he's like one of my soulmates. So anyway, so we ran into each other. We had that interaction. Then I started waitressing at Showgirls.
Yeah.
And was working with your ex-wife. So that was fun. It was a good time for everybody. And you went in there to go see her and ran into you, and it was like, holy shit, and gave each other a big hug.
Very, very friendly, very platonic. I was just genuinely happy to see you. Because I always thought you were the sweetest, so nice and so funny. I was genuinely...
Boy, did you not know anything about me.
Listen, even though you're a crazy bitch, you're still super nice.
Yeah.
I've never known you anything other than nice.
Yeah.
You can be nice and an asshole.
Yeah. I'm very good at it, actually.
Yeah. You're the ones that are yours, you're very nice to. Even strangers, as long as they're not a piece of shit.
I'm the most genuine, nice person to everybody until you are not nice to me. Not to. You give me a reason not to be. Yeah. And we talked about this. We touched on it last week about being the villain in people's stories.
Yep.
And that's how I become the villain, because I'm pushed to be the villain. Anyway, whatever. Then, ladies and gentlemen, the fun part. So... we're talking, I mean, it wasn't fun for you. Really sorry.
I was not having a good time.
No, there was a separation, and I was August
2019.
Yeah, so
we got separated.
Yeah, and then I went to a Christmas party with Derek. Posted a picture on my Snap. You commented "va va voom."
Yep, va va voom.
Okay.
So Christmas parties. You're talking 3, 4, 5 months later.
Yes, and we started talking, and then the rest was kind of just
history?
History, I guess. 5 years later, here we are. All in love. And
how did we get from va-va-voom to married? Dealing with va-va-vivants. Va-va-voomies.
You really want to go that far into it?
Well, you're telling the story. You're the one that started story time.
Okay. So you and I were talking. I, at the time, was in a friend group.
That was very conducive to your
addiction.
Where you were.
Yeah. And within this friend group, your ex-wife started seeing somebody. In my high stupor, I thought it would be funny to hook up with you.
I wasn't going to get that.
Oh, that's not where you were going?
Nope. Keep going. We're in it.
Okay.
We're going now.
It was like, I kind of made like a bet with Danielle. And I was like, I bet you I can. Wouldn't it be funny if I could get Radio Dave to go on a date with me? It'd be funny.
Yeah. So we went back and forth.
For a long time.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a long time. It was 4 weeks. 6 weeks. December 14th was the Christmas party.
Yep.
That Derek and I went to. January 26th, I was living at your mom's.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was fast.
I don't know why you're confused. February 7th, we were engaged.
Yeah. It just seems like it went...
It feels like it was a lot longer.
Feels like it was a long time.
But, like...
A lot went down in that 6 weeks.
There was a lot that happened in that 6 weeks, I think. And I think that in itself, which is, we're not diving into any of that.
Yeah.
That's just, that is ours, and we're going to leave it there.
Yeah.
But there was a lot. But January 25th, we went to the banquet.
Which was our first date.
Which was technically our first date. And we went over to Jacob's garage till 6 o'clock in the morning and had a time, me, you, Jacob, and Tiana. And then...
Which I think we told this story before.
Yeah. And then that was it. Like, it was,
We had all the girls at banquet.
Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah. So that's literally how we got here. And I mean, if you guys want to know how I got to an ADHD diagnosis, I fucking worked in retail for 4 years. That's what led me to it, because
You've always had it.
I've always had it. I was self-medicating with cocaine. And it's very common for people with ADHD to have cocaine addictions, because cocaine does the exact same thing to your brain as what Adderall, Ritalin, Vyvanse, all of those things do to your brain.
Which makes perfect sense now, seeing how you were at Envy and stuff, high on coke, because a normal person doesn't act like that when they're high on coke. You were just acting normal. Yeah. Normal but drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
were more drunk than high.
I was like on a never-ending drunk. That's what it was. Like, I was not fucking chewing my face off with these big bug eyes and fucking
Which is what normally happens.
Which is what normally happens. I literally was just like, and always drunk.
Because you weren't getting high. You were treating your ADHD.
I was being stimulated.
Yeah.
I was getting stimulated. Wow. This podcast is going places, guys. It's going places.
Off the rails, on the rails.
Off the rails, to the rails. Yeah, so, like, I mean, it's always been there. It's never not been there. I just didn't know what it was until the trauma and the grief and all that kind of stuff started, which we've already touched on anyway. And that's literally how we got here. This is our history. Tori was front row and center.
She was there the whole time.
She was there the whole time because, Tori is the ex of the new boyfriend. So she was there the whole time. She's seen all of this unfold between the two of us. Yeah. And Tori was saying long before you and I ever got together, it would be really funny if something happened between you and Dave. And I think it's going to. And I was like, it never will. We're just really good friends. Yeah. He just needs a support system. He needs somebody to vent to, somebody to talk to.
Fucking everything to me.
Because you didn't have that. Like, you didn't have somebody who was like...
not going to run and say stuff.
And say stuff. And I was in that friend circle, and I very well could have been the person who did that, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I stayed, and this is the one thing I think that they don't understand, is I stayed extremely neutral in that.
You were Switzerland the whole time.
I did not run to you and tell you things. I did not run to them and tell them shit. I just listened to you. When it was started on their side, I was just like, you know what, guys, I don't want to hear it. Like, I'm out.
First.
I'm 10 years of friendship versus 3 months. Like, it's, you know what I mean? It's whatever. Anyway, so that's the story of Dave and Caitlin. Very chaotic. Love it.
That's the first. That's the incredibly turmoiled premise of Dave and Caitlin.
Yeah.
The
so
real
like
story
there's a lot of trauma.
is the last for almost 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
That's the real meat of it.
Like, yeah.
Like how we've been since, all that shit. The
Oh, we touched on that.
Oh, yeah. We touch on it all the time.
Yeah.
We touch on it now. We touch on it.
We've
every
had like a
episode.
really like, honestly, like people, I've been told by people that it's like, you guys have it all figured out. And I'm like, I know it seems like we do, but they're like, no, like you guys have this marriage thing locked down. And I think it's because we were friends first.
Maybe.
I don't know what it like. I mean, and of course, you and I are both firm believers in soulmates, and that God put somebody on the earth for you and only
Literally
you.
the exact moment we needed each other, we found each other.
Exactly, and that
Like
was
the
how
both
it was
of
supposed
us.
to happen. Yeah, for sure.
Somebody, actually, I made a video of it today on TikTok. Somebody did a TikTok like, why do people say marriage is hard and stitches, whatever? And so I stitched you talking about towels just because it was funny. But in the actual bed body of the comment,
Mhm.
I said, it's not marriage that's hard. It's life that's hard.
Yeah.
So to find somebody that you can tackle life with together as a team makes life not as hard.
Yeah.
So it's not marriage that's hard if your partner is on the same page as you. Marriage is not supposed to be hard.
Hold on. You're always on the same page. I'm jumping chapters, but you're very good at holding anchor.
Yeah. You always come back to the page.
Yeah. I just kind
You'll
of.
read ahead,
Yeah.
or you'll get stuck on a line a couple pages back.
Yeah.
But you always find the page.
I was telling my, like,
Just have to wait
my
for you.
sister today. It was really funny, actually, because she's like, my sister, I always say lives life on the edge.
Yeah.
Because she lives life on the I don't know. So, like, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
How could you?
how could you? Because I'm like, oh, so you're going to be in town this week? And she's like, oh, no, I don't know. And I'm like,
What the fuck?
I know what I'm doing on September 20th, 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Like, if I got shit planned, and she lives life on the edge, but I, like, sometimes get stuck in my plan,
Yeah.
and I don't know how to come out of it. So
Yeah.
then you're just like, hey, let me just pull you back in.
Yeah.
So, or I forget what I'm supposed to be doing, and you're like,
Yeah, exactly.
hello, I'm over here.
We were doing something.
Yeah, that happens a lot. So, anyway, that's the Dory phase,
I guess so.
the Dory stage.
Yeah.
The story of Caitlin and Dave. I mean, like, here's the thing, guys. There is, like, the 10 years of, like, from when I moved up here, not 10 years, or the not, because we said 9 years a slave. Remember we used to say? For 9 years, I was a slave to you and just wanted you. Anyway. Fuck.
Right, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of funny shit like that.
Yeah. Hashtag 9 years a slave was
Yeah.
my thing. So
Nine
for
tenths.
that 9 years, you and I both went through a lot of trauma.
We went through an entire life of shit.
Of trauma
Separate.
and addiction and life and growing and learning. And then when both of our lives went rock bottom, that's when we were like, all right,
Yeah.
so now we're going to build up from here. And that's what we've done. Like, we've literally I literally had one change of clothes when I came to you.
Yeah. Yep.
I had one change of clothes and a pair of sweatpants. That is what I had when I came to you. That's it.
Yep.
And we were living in your mother's basement. And now, you know what I mean? So we have, like, we built from nothing, and
We've come a long way in 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's easy to forget sometimes.
Go team.
Go team protein.
Raising teenagers.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Nasty ass teenagers.
Smelly ass fucking teenagers.
Yeah.
I love them. But my God,
Do
do they
you?
stink.
God. Anyway.
Smelly ass teenagers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we did episode 6. We've got 24 to go. till we hit 30.
Yeah.
They say because you say I got to hit 30, right?
You gotta hit 30, yeah.
And then we're shooting for the stars.
Yeah, I mean, as long as we can keep it up. As long as we hit within the week, if it's not on the day, I don't really care.
Yeah.
People know what they're signing up for with this.
Also, just so everybody is fully aware,
Tell them.
football season is upon us.
You got a camera. Tell
I
them.
don't look at...
Look at the people.
Okay, why am I looking at the people?
Because you're talking to them. When you talk to them, you should talk to them.
Football season is upon us. Okay?
What are you wearing?
Green Bay Packers.
Oh, the Packs.
Which means Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Uh-huh. Well, what time Sundays?
It depends on if they have a day game or an evening game. They haven't released their full season schedule yet. I only have preseason. So I'll get back to you.
So if we usually tape on Sunday, so we could do either before the game or after the game.
It depends on who they're playing.
Yeah.
Like if they're playing I might have to do it before because I don't know, because I could be really anxious and be like, I can't do this right now. But if they lose, I'm going to be very angry and nobody wants to sit and talk to me after the Packers lose.
Right.
So, look at that. Holy.
Meal plan's working.
Fuck the meal plan and fuck you, Chad Davis.
Chad Davis can go fuck himself.
He called me rude. I'm forever going to live on, I will hold on to that. You know what I love about Chad? Chad is a day one.
Chad is a day one.
Chad is a day one.
Yeah.
That fucking guy has been around for every up and down in your life.
Yep.
And here's the thing. Blake also.
Oh, yeah.
Because fucking Blake is like the sweetest asshole you'll ever meet in your life. That's how I explain him
That's
to everybody.
how we describe him. He's the sweetest asshole.
Sweetest asshole. He's so fucking sweet, but man, is he a dickhead.
He's so blunt.
Yeah, anyway,
He's such an asshole.
they are the most supportive friends in that they got you when you're sober.
Yeah.
They got me sober. But the moment I pick up that phone and I go, hey guys,
We're going off the
we're
wagon.
going off the wagon. These motherfuckers are at the front door and they're like, let's go.
They'll be there in 10 minutes.
But if I'm looking at them going, I feel like I really want to have a drink, like I'm having a bad day, they're like, no, you're sober. Like, you can't do that. What do you need?
Yeah.
How can we help? Kind of thing. And Chad is like with you, like he's like always keeping an eye on you from a distance. Like he's looking out for you from a distance.
Yeah.
So like if he sees that you have bulked too much, he's like...
That's exactly how it went.
Right? He comes up, he sees us at the gym and he knows that like we're with Lacey, so he wants to be polite and doesn't want to like, interrupt the workout. Waits until he leaves the gym and then he goes...
Shoots a text.
Yeah, okay.
Bulk season's over.
It's
Let's
time
go.
to cut. Like, you know what I mean? So I just love those guys so much.
Yeah. So Chad gave us a meal plan that's pretty brutal. Well, it's not brutal. It's you have to eat 6 times a day, which is
a lot of food.
It's a lot of food, but it keeps your metabolism active, and you're gonna be sick of food by the time it's done. A lot of chicken, a lot of beef, a lot of rice, but it's working. We're slimming out.
You're looking small.
I
You hate me.
can't.
Wait. I'm going to do my grievance first.
You got a grievance?
I do.
You got a grievance this week?
I do.
All right.
I need to airdrop it to you, though. So you got to pull it up on the screen. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Caitlin's grievance of the week.
Grievance of the week.
The tradition begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now you're going to hear about it.
So we've talked about my OCD and how it's paralyzing.
I'm going to have to get a sound effect.
Okay.
Because
my OCD is paralyzing. To me. Like, it paralyzes me sometimes.
Okay.
Okay? So I go into the bathroom every single day. I wipe down the counter.
Mm-hmm.
And I tidy up. And this is what your stuff looks like.
Looks so nice.
Doesn't it?
My beard oil, my deodorant.
Yeah. So we've got like your beard
Hair
oil,
glue.
your hair glue, everything's in your little cup that my sister made for like our wedding.
Yeah.
Your deodorant, this stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I get the fuck out of bed every day.
Uh-huh. Is Is this supposed to be a comparison shot that you're sending there?
Mm-hmm. Just wait.
There's no difference. It looks exactly the same. So, because everything's slightly to the left now.
Slightly!
That's your fucking grievance.
That's my grievance. Because you can't tell me that every morning when you go into the bathroom, you don't notice that your stuff is lined up. You can't tell me that you don't see it.
What's going to make you less upset?
Nothing.
If I say...
I don't notice it, I'm going to fucking punch you in the beard.
I'm going to knock that beard right off.
I'm going to knock that beard right off your chops. But if you do tell me that you do notice, then you're being even more disrespectful because you're like, fuck you and your niceness.
I'm going to be honest.
You don't give a fuck.
No, it's not that I don't give a fuck.
You don't notice.
Never noticed. It's just in my spot. It's in my spot. What's your side look like?
Do you really want to ask that question?
Not at the moment.
Do you want me to go up and take a picture of it and bring it down to you?
No, I've gone in there sometimes though, and it's a bit...
If I'm getting ready to walk out the door, then yes. But I always fix my shit.
Right.
And I'm the one who's cleaning it. So out of respect for myself, I don't care. But you should have respect for your wife. You fuck.
Now that I'm aware, I will now.
No, you won't.
Going forward, I will now.
Okay.
So we're doing grievances now? So now we're going to do my grievance? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
I don't even remember what this one was, so...
Hey guys, Radio Dave here with a quick little PSA. If you've got a friend or loved one that's goes to the gym and works out and they're in the middle of their cut phase and they're trying on cut the fat down and get some more definition, the best way to compliment them when you see that it's working for them is to say that, hey, you're looking really lean, you're looking pretty cut, and you're looking leaner than usual, which is what they're going for. The one thing you don't want to say, like my wife did, is say, hey, you're looking smaller. You're looking smaller than usual. Do not say that. Do not tell them they look small.
Do not tell them they look small.
Okay, so here, I'm new-ish to the building world.
You are new.
Okay?
Ish.
So as a female... For somebody to look at me and go, Caitlin, you're looking small? Oh my.
100%.
Excuse you?
Yeah.
Who is the skinny queen? I'm a skinny queen. Thank you. So you're trying to slim your waist out? So I told you you're looking small.
Right. And I said, fucking excuse me?
Yeah.
You're like, what? You're looking smaller.
Yeah, and then Chad called me rude.
Rude?
Yeah, rude. Anyway.
Because when you say a guy who's working out is looking smaller, he thinks you mean his muscles are smaller.
This is more of an insult than if I told you guys had small...
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I looked at you and Chad and said, you have a small...
Dick's the dick is what it is.
You need to put the wham in there.
Yeah.
You're both going to be like, whatever. But if I look at you and go, your pecs are small, I'm going to get punched in the face.
There's going to be an upset pair of hands flying somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very rude. Rude.
All right. Lesson learned, guys.
So,
anyway.
Now you know. Don't call a guy who's in his cut phase small.
Yeah.
Lean, trim, cut. That's the way to do it.
All right.
All right, I guess that's it.
Well, that's been a really good episode.
It was pretty good.
Considering I was just too tired to come down here.
We were lying on the couch for half an hour deciding, should we?
Yeah.
Are we doing this?
And then I cracked open a Red Bull when it was hot with Riley and was like, all right, let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
And I was already past it.
Yeah.
But I knew as soon as you say, all right, let's go.
You've got seconds.
Yep, I got to get up and jump on it.
Yeah, just I know it also, loading.
She's buffering. She's fucking buffering.
I have one of those permanent circles in front of me. Anyway, I know this sounds a lot like the wall, but it's not.
No.
This is like
It's similar.
It is similar, but it's like the nighttime crash. But see, here's the problem, guys. Okay? Because when we go upstairs and we get ready for bed, there's a chance I'm going to clean the carpets and the bathroom.
Yeah, or we're going to fucking fool around. And not like fool around, but like... Not fool around.
This is
Fool
an
around.
episode of wah, wah, wah. Wah.
There's going to be so many in my face just popping up. not fool around, but
so
like
inappropriate.
laugh and goof around like a couple of idiots. That's what happens. We go to bed.
Yeah, and then
we go to bed to go to sleep.
It's called sundowning. Is that a thing?
Isn't a sundowner a George Street club?
Oh my god! Of course you would.
Like that wasn't your fucking stomping grounds?
Okay. First to a state of confusion that happens in the late afternoon and lasts into the night. It can cause various behaviors such as confusion, anxiety, aggression, or ignoring directions.
So you just permanently sundowned.
Well, it's actually it's common in people with dementia. So
Demented. Who's laughing? I'm not laughing.
you can't make inappropriate jokes on the podcast like that.
Hey, have you watched this podcast?
Hi, baby. Hello, Ready Roo.
See, now she's ready to
Now she's
sundown.
ready. So, like, yeah, so I'm exhausted all evening. And then what happens? We're like, okay, let's go to bed.
Yeah, and then we get in bed and we're like...
Even before that, like, you literally will wait. Like, I'm like, okay, it's bedtime. And you're like, yep. And you just keep playing your game. And then an hour and a half later, I'm like, okay, babe, I'm in bed and ready.
Yeah, exactly.
Bed's ready. And you're like, okay. You've passed Diablo twice. Like,
just because you say it's bedtime doesn't mean it's bedtime.
Doesn't mean it's actually bedtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's an adventure every day. So I think now we're going to go take Riley outside and do some leash training.
What? Yeah, I mean, yay.
That's what I thought.
Sure. Can't wait for that.
Yeah. We're going to do some leash training,
Uh-huh.
have some food, and then...
You can put a leash on me if you want. I'll take some
so we
leash
can
training.
fool around? Honey, you work perfectly well on your leash already.
Yeah. Yeah. Masticated. Okay.
Okay. Good episode. Oh.
Don't forget to donate if you want to support.
Support the podcast.
If you want to support the podcast. Donate. So, so we've got the time and energy to do this every week.
I want to do this full time, guys.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm starting school September 30th for addictions counseling, but I would like to be able to use that here
to help fuel this.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Okay.
Yeah, get me famous.
Is there anything else we need to shout out?
Shoot?
Yeah.
No, just the people. Love you guys.
Anything
Thank you for
else we need to
tuning in. Evan, this is all for you, man.
Yeah, he literally messaged me today. He's like, where the fuck is episode 6, motherfucker?
Yeah, we got you, Evan.
It's coming. It'll be out tomorrow. Which should be today.
Didn't he give us like a list of things to like talk about?
He did.
We'll touch on that another day.
We'll do another one.
We got you, Evan. We're gonna do a lightning round, Evan, next episode of all of your things.
All the
ones that he just
the ones he sent the first time. He's like, man, you burned through those so fast. It was like supposed to be 6 episodes for the shit.
Yeah, no, I'm just lightning rounds on unpopular opinions. I was supposed to do an unpopular opinion episode, but
it'll come.
I don't think we should start there.
Well, we started with a couple today.
I know, but I don't think we should go that. My unpopular opinion of like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't, because if I'm going to be an addictions counselor with AHS, they might see this, and then there's probably some stuff I shouldn't say.
You know how microphones work, right? That doesn't...
All right, guys, we love you.
It's the milk. Oh, my God.
Okay. Thanks for hearing me out.
All right.
You're so